Hello and welcome to Differential Discussions. I'm Melissa,
And I'm Dave.
and we're back with another synovial fluid.
Joints, joints, joints. So many joints.
Yep.
So yeah, initially cell count looks to be lowish. Now, I always try to be observant. And good practice is if you do make a slide off of a dilution that you note it on the slide. And this really helps the tech at the bench kind of correlate cell count to what they're seeing.
This one does not indicate there's a dilution.
Right.
There's not a lot of reds in this one.
Mm-hmm.
There's some, but not a lot. Not a lot of large clumps of cells.
Actually has a very nice distribution of cells.
Okay. Go in a little bit.
Probably a little more of the negative space than I would like if I wanted a quick diff, but still nice. It's going to be good areas throughout. So coming down to 40, it looks like. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Love
We have
it.
some cells we can pop down on here.
Uh-huh.
Let's go further.
Yeah, this will be a good opportunity to talk again about stain and color and things like that.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. I'm gonna pull the whole batch in.
Sure. Oh, see, one frame, right? One Dunzo Bunzo. We got everything.
Gosh, look at the number of them.
Uh-huh. All right. So with joint fluids, again, I always maybe it's just a little mental reminder. You get like once you're experienced, you get used to it. But I'm thinking about bacteria and I'm thinking about crystals.
Yeah.
So I think I see something over here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, let me get that out of the way. And then I think the thing I wanted to take a little time on is what this cell is. And so monomax, typically light blue, blue-gray cytoplasm, but that's kind of assuming a pH that's consistent with blood, and that's not always the case with body fluids. I would probably say it's actually more not the case more often than it is. So, but the nucleus and the pattern of the cell, this is a monomac, right? So to some degree, you kind of have to be able to black and white sort of just call morphology. And then, of course, we have neutrophils,
Yeah.
a neutrophil next to it, and then a group of 3 over here.
Yeah, and I just want to point out, like, there's definitely this one here, right, that we can all,
Ah,
and this one here that we can all see. But there's
mhm.
one here, here, here,
No kidding.
here.
Hungry neutrophil, huh?
There's like a bunch of them right in here. And then if you come over here, there's actually another one right there. And then this one's got this junk here. It looks like it's a dead cell. It looks like it's got one here, a couple little ones here, one here, and one here. So now let me remove them. And they're just like these negative spaces here.
Mm-hmm.
You can just slightly see them refracting. There's actually a couple more. Like it looks like there's one here now. Maybe one here or a couple here. There's a bunch of them. See? You can kind of see them a little bit better.
Oh, so okay. So yeah, now that one's very clear now for me.
Yeah.
So some I'd say less clear on my end, but a couple of like big time red flags. This one I think that's the one that I'm like,
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, not even looking at all the ones that are harder to see, there's
Yeah.
crystals, right?
Yeah.
Just because of this one and that one. But I'm just showing like if you do this, then the smear itself isn't quite in focus, right? It's just sort
Yep.
of a little bit blurry, but all the crystals are really significantly easier to see because of their refracting and the way that they're refracting with the light.
And when you're the fine adjustment is just so important in microscopy and doing good microscopy. So be very active with the fine focus, pulling in and out of focus. Go past the extremes, right? So if in focus is in the middle here, go up, go down, go get that full kind of breath.
Yeah, that's just what I'm doing as you're talking.
Mm-hmm. You'd be amazed the types of things that stand out. I mean, peripheral blood smears like basophilic stippling. You could blow right by a field full of basophilic stippling if you're not careful with the fine tune.
That's funny. I was actually just thinking about basophilic stippling.
Great minds, Melissa. Hmm.
Oh, this is
Cool.
another
So this is a
one.
very good field. Oh, is that another one?
Yeah.
Wow. So we have like a vacuole, but there's an obvious crystal occupying half of that vacuole. You can see it pushing the nucleus, right? It's
And
deforming.
actually, there's one here and there's one right on the other side of the
Oh, no
nucleus.
kidding. I see that now too. Yep. What a beautiful poly too, right? Like,
Yeah. How cool.
mhm. So this person, while the cell count isn't very high, has a very high crystal volume here. And
Oh
there's a
gosh,
lot
yeah.
of crystals.
There's a couple more in this one. This one's harder to see, but there's one.
We're making crystal searching look easy, and it's really not, right, Melissa? Like,
Well, the other thing too is we are picking it out for them
fair. Yeah.
because if we weren't picking it out for them, it'd probably be a little bit harder to see.
Yeah. But I feel very confident in saying I've certainly done body fluid differentials and missed crystals
Oh
before.
yeah.
It's not, you shouldn't beat yourself up over missing them. Unless they're everywhere like they are on this slide, then you should have a talk with yourself. But
There's a giant one here. There's a little one extracellular over there. And it's because of the way they're refracting that we know this. And there's
yes.
that giant clump of cells that we're going to ignore.
Yeah.
Ooh. Mm.
Yeah, some of these polys, the cytoplasm is really pretty. Like,
Yes. But this one has a giant crystal in there. And when you look quick, it almost looks needle-like. It almost looks more
mm,
gouty than it does
mm,
pseudogout.
mm-hmm. Which definitely can happen.
Oh yeah.
And that's where polarizing microscopy. So where we came from, you would make a qualitative assessment that crystals are present. You might make a note to reference another test that would have a definitive identification of the crystals. Yeah, that's a good one too. But generally speaking, you don't really identify in the smear.
No. No.
Although we kind of know typically, just given certain circumstances, like EDTA dissolves gout, for example. But I have seen a body fluid with gout where it was overwhelming amounts of gout.
I mean,
It
that
looked
makes
like a
sense.
bomb went off and gout went everywhere.
There's probably not enough EDTA in the tube to
That,
dissolve all the gout in the
that
specimen.
was my thinking in the moment too. Yep, it just overwhelmed it. Look at that vacuole and
This one here.
yeah, how
Yeah.
cool, huh?
And then there's
A
that
big
crystal
old crystal.
there.
Yeah.
Another one there. This one's got a big one here.
Yeah, wow.
This one's got a little one there.
Yeah. So this is kind of funny is the cell count doesn't in my head jive with the amount of crystals that are here, even though that's oh my goodness.
Yeah. Look at all of them.
Wow. I am absolutely in love with this cell. You should probably snap a
Oh, I have been.
crystals you have. That cell is awesome. How cool is that?
Look at all these crystals, though.
They're everywhere, man. It's like every poly brought crystals to the potluck, right? Like
I don't know. This one's slacking.
is
It's only got a couple little crystals, and then you look at
he the
this guy
moocher?
and that one, and you're like, oh my goodness.
That's super cool.
Very cool. Another really big one here.
I did not expect this, I'll be honest.
I didn't expect it to be quite this prominent either. And this is just a like a little fiber here.
Yep,
But
just
again,
junk.
looking like this one's got a nice crystal there,
It looks
here.
like a mono has brought something to the party too, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and there's actually more in there. See?
Wow, and now I see it as you point them out. Yep. Another mono mount.
Yeah, this one's a nice look at how foamy and I don't know, foamy is probably not a
Beautiful.
good word, but like wide and large and how many vacuoles there are. So this is much more of like what we would call more of like a macrophage, even though it still has like the mono-y type of nucleus. It looks like it's
Mm-hmm.
starting to become more of a macrophage.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Because macrophages have fluffier cytoplasm. It's a
Mm-hmm.
little bit harder to see like the edges of the cytoplasm of a macrophage as compared to a mono. And in general, macrophages are going to have greater histolytic capabilities or like
Yep.
kill capacity.
Yep.
So there we go. I think this is a good mono to end on because we're
Yeah.
really just seeing a lot of pseudogout crystals here.
Yep.
And like you said, I would expect to have a significantly higher white cell count with this amount of crystal, but
Yep.
it's absolutely beautiful to see.
Yeah, and the cells, the cell morphology is really on point. I know the color's not as maybe like as robust as, but the morphology of the cells themselves is awesome, super good.
Well, I think that's all we have for this video, so thanks for watching.
Yeah, thanks for your time.